Welcome to Uncommon Facts, your ultimate channel for exploring everything extraordinary. Are you ready to uncover truths and debunk myths across all realms of knowledge, from history's hidden stories to tomorrow's technology, from Earth's deep mysteries to cosmic enigmas? We dive deep into it all. Every week we bring you facts that are as fascinating as they are rare. Dive into stories that will astonish, educate, and inspire. So make sure to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets of the unusual and the unknown. Here, every fact is a journey, and every story is an adventure. Join us every week as we bring you surprising revelations and strange facts that will challenge your understanding of the world around you. So hit that subscribe button and let's start unraveling the mysteries of the universe together. Remember, every discovery tells a story and every fact opens a door. Stay curious and prepare to be amazed. This is Uncommon Facts, where the only thing you can expect is the unexpected.
Inventions have always shaped the course of history. From the wheel to the smartphone, human progress is built on the backs of inventors, dreamers, and problem solvers who have changed the way we live and think. However, not every revolutionary invention remains in the spotlight. Some of the most significant innovations have faded into obscurity over time, often replaced by newer technologies, but their impact on modern life is undeniable. In this video, we'll explore the stories of forgotten inventions that may no longer be household names but were once considered groundbreaking and essential to human advancement. The pneumatic tube system, the Victorian Internet. Long before the Internet connected the world, cities had their own fast and efficient way of sending messages, packages, and even small objects across vast distances. The pneumatic tube system. Invented in the 19th century, pneumatic tubes use compressed air to shoot containers through networks of tubes in buildings or between different locations in cities. The system works similarly to how bank drive-thrus send cash or documents back and forth today. But back then, it was used for everything from sending important business documents, hospital samples, mail, and even newspapers in some cities. In Paris, London, New York, and Berlin, these tubes became integral to the daily functioning of urban life. In fact, the system in Paris ran for over 100 years, only shutting down in the 1980s. Though it has largely disappeared in favor of digital communication and more modern transport methods, the concept of fast, point-to-point delivery of goods and messages still echoes in today's world. Think about how companies like Amazon are trying to revolutionize delivery with drones or autonomous vehicles. The pneumatic tube was ahead of its time in many ways, laying the groundwork for the fast-paced, on-demand delivery culture that defines the 21st century. The Strauger switch, the start of automated telephony. In a world where making a phone call is as simple as tapping a name on a screen, it's easy to forget that early telephones required human operators to connect calls. Before automated switching systems, each time someone made a phone call, an operator had to manually plug wires into the correct lines to connect the call. But this tedious process changed forever with the invention of the Strauger switch. Created by Almond Strauger, a funeral director from Kansas City, the switch came into being out of frustration. Strauger believed local operators were routing calls to his competitor's funeral home, so he set out to design a system that would remove human interference from the process. Introduced in the early 1890s, the Strauger switch allowed callers to connect directly by dialing numbers, and it laid the foundation for modern telephone exchanges. While the name Strauger is barely remembered today, this invention was instrumental in paving the way for the global telecommunication networks we rely on today. By automating the process of connecting calls, Strauger's invention sped up communication and revolutionized the way people interacted, shrinking the world and making it more connected than ever before. The telharmonium, the world's first electronic music. We often think of electronic music as a relatively modern phenomenon, with synthesizers and electronic instruments emerging in the mid-20th century. But the story of electronic music begins much earlier, with a forgotten invention known as the telharmonium. Built in the early 1900s by Thaddeus Cahill, the telharmonium was the first machine capable of generating synthetic sounds electrically. It was massive, weighing over 200 tons, and was essentially a giant electric organ that could transmit music over telephone lines. At the time, the idea of broadcasting music over long distances was revolutionary. Cahill believed that people could subscribe to music services in their homes, much like how we listen to Spotify or Apple Music today. The telharmonium was a forerunner to the synthesizers we use now, as it could produce a variety of tones and timbres electronically. Unfortunately, the telharmonium was too big, expensive, and ahead of its time. It required enormous amounts of electricity, and as telephone lines became more widely used for voice communication, interference issues emerged. The project was ultimately abandoned, and Cahill's dream of electronic music faded into history. Yet, the telharmonium is a precursor to many of the technologies that define modern music production and distribution. The Geissler tube, the grandfather of neon lights. Walking down the street in a busy city, neon lights are almost impossible to miss, with their vibrant glow illuminating storefronts, restaurants, and entertainment venues. But few people know that the technology behind neon lighting can be traced back to the Geissler tube, an invention by Heinrich Geissler in 1857. The Geissler tube was a glass tube filled with low-pressure gas, and when a high-voltage electric current was passed through it, the gas would glow brightly. These tubes became a sensation in the scientific community and laid the foundation for the development of neon lighting, which would later become synonymous with the bright lights of the modern urban landscape. The Geissler tube wasn't just a precursor to neon lights, though. It also contributed to the discovery of fundamental principles in electricity and magnetism. The experiments conducted with these tubes led to advancements in atomic theory and helped shape our understanding of the universe on a molecular level. While few people remember Heinrich Geissler's name today, his invention lit the way for both modern physics and the glowing cities we live in. The Jacquard loom, the birth of modern computing. In the 21st century, computers control nearly every aspect of our lives, from personal communication to space exploration. But did you know that the foundations of modern computing can be traced back to the Jacquard loom, an invention created in 1804 by Joseph Marie Jacquard? The Jacquard loom revolutionized the textile industry by using punch cards to control the weaving of patterns in fabric. These punch cards contained instructions for the loom, determining the position of threads to create complex designs automatically. This system of storing information on physical cards would later inspire Charles Babbage and Ada Lovelace, two pioneers of computer science. In fact, the idea of feeding a machine data through punch cards would go on to influence the development of early computers in the 20th century. Although the Jacquard loom was designed for textiles, its real legacy lies in the world of computing. Today, our digital devices operate using binary code, which is a direct descendant of the punch card system used by Jacquard. Without this innovative loom, the path to modern computing might have looked very different. The Dvorak keyboard, a faster way to type. When you look at a standard keyboard, you see the familiar QWERTY layout, which has been in use for over a century. But few people know that an alternative keyboard design was created in the 1930s by Dr. August Dvorak, with the goal of making typing faster and more efficient. The Dvorak simplified keyboard rearranged the letters to place the most commonly used keys in easier-to-reach positions, reducing finger movement and strain. Studies have shown that the Dvorak layout can improve typing speed and reduce errors, yet it never caught on in a widespread way. The QWERTY layout, which was designed more for preventing mechanical typewriters from jamming rather than for speed, was already deeply ingrained by the time Dvorak introduced his keyboard. Though it's still available as an option on most computers today, the Dvorak keyboard remains a forgotten invention. However, its influence can be seen in the field of ergonomics and in modern keyboard designs that prioritize user comfort and efficiency. The Dvorak keyboard was a glimpse into a world where typing could have been faster and less laborious, but it was an idea that ultimately lost out to tradition. These inventions, though largely forgotten today, played pivotal roles in shaping the modern world. They represent the ingenuity of human creativity and remind us that progress is often built on the shoulders of those who came before. While newer technologies may have replaced them, their legacies live on in the devices, systems, and conveniences we enjoy today. In a way, these forgotten inventions are still with us, quietly influencing the way we live, work, and connect with each other every day.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.